Hey everybody, welcome back to part 4 of our 4-part series with Marla Ranieri from Better Healthcare. And we have been referencing our experience at PPS. We go way back. She's been helping several of our clients and PT owners across the country. You've got to learn who these experts are who are genuinely trying to help you succeed in practice. And Marla is one of them, and her company does a fantastic job. So you will see links below. That's what Meg Academy is all about, bringing you the knowledge, the technology, and the tools to succeed in private practice. We are not salespeople. We are clinicians helping clinicians. So in this episode, what we're going to talk about is you as the CEO, right? Now, you've heard me say this before. So many of us are good clinicians, and then we decide to open up our private practice, and then we're running our practice as a PT who happens to be a business owner. I am sharing with you, you have got to flip that 180 degrees. You are a business owner who happens to be a PT. And to that end, that's the person we're going to be talking to today, is the business owner, CEO, executive side of you, because you have to predict and have some degree of drive to the future growth, production, and efficiency of your clinic. And here's a absolutely perfect platform opportunity for you to do it in. I hope you check it out. Marla, in our last episode, we talked to the COO of the practice, which is probably the owner too. And we said, hey, baseline data is important. Tracking innovative mechanisms of why people are coming in, their demographics, who they are, when they came in, when they were reaching, how you can use your QR code on print media and social media. I think we kind of blew them away with the fact that this is so dynamic. This is not a form fill. So we don't have to go back and explain that. For those of you watching, check out episodes 2 and 3. I think you're going to get all that there. So now I got that data. I signed up with Better Health Care. I have your platform. You might want to explain integrated from non-integrated, because you mentioned that last episode. I think we should clarify that a little bit. Let's do that first. And then talk to me as a CEO, like, what do I do from here? I'm getting this data, I'm harvesting this data. How do I actually improve my efficiency, productivity, and experience in my clinic for my staff with my collaboration with Better Healthcare?
Absolutely. So I'll start with the question about the integrated and non-integrated. That basically means whether we are pulling available data such as time slots, open time slots from your EMR, and pushing back patient information directly into your EMR. So that's the integrated model. And it is a very efficient model because it does show the patient, if somebody cancels, that time pops up. It shows them when you're available and they can choose and request that time. We have a lot of clinics that love that. And then we have some busier clinics that don't love that. They are afraid that no times are going to show up. So they prefer the non-integrated model, where it has you just choose an available time within your hours of operation. So they're picking a date and time within your hours of operation, and you guys manage that request and can text alternative times.
That's awesome. That is awesome. That was very well thought out. I'm glad you explained it. I probably should have known that earlier than this point, since we've been lecturing together, but there's so much to know, right? But that is great. I could definitely see, in my clinic, I was doing 850 visits a week. Yeah, I would not want to be integrated. I could see that, right? But if I'm 150 visits a week, startup, 1 or 2 locations, yeah, that's fine. That's fine for me. Does it work with my EMR system and pull all that? That's great. So now it's pulling data. How do I better improve my production and efficiency in my clinical operations from the data we're harvesting?
Absolutely. So there's quite a few ways. One is you can actually allocate your resources to the digital channels that are working best. You could see which channels are converting at the highest.
Good point.
And then you can spend more money on those channels.
Very good point.
Really important.
Very good point. That is so dynamic. We all have a marketing budget. And for those of you who are Med clients, your marketing budget should be 3 to 5% of your total GI, whether you're including payroll of the marketing personnel or not. So it kind of swings whether it's 3 or 5. Payroll, 3 more 5, no payroll, more 3%, right? But when you have that budget, those dollars are like pearls, right? You don't want to waste them. You want to spend them appropriately. With this data, we know we're going to pump more into, like you said something about Google and Facebook and then even email. Why don't you explain those 3 dynamic outreaches? I mean, we're all doing it, but we may not actually be harvesting correctly.
Absolutely. So if you on Google My Business, everybody's got a Google page listing, and therefore you have your phone number, your address, and then it's kind of a dead spot if it's after hours. You want to have that scheduling link right in there.
Right.
And you can
Good.
see how many patients are coming in there from converting. And if you see a lot, then you're going to want to spend more time on ratings and reviews and getting people to review and getting putting some pictures on your Google My Business. And that's how you know to put more time and effort into that, because it's converting at a really high rate.
So let me stop there. So because of this platform, you're going to know what you're doing is working. So you're going to put more time and effort. So you're going to yield a greater result. It's going to save you money and time. So anyways, I sound like I'm selling it, but I'm actually just excited because, as I said at PPS, the human capital is our supply chain problem. And this does help that because you can act faster.
Absolutely.
And what about the Facebook and email side?
Email side, thinking of some kind of those patient engagement platforms like WebPT Reach or Key or anything like that.
Right.
You can now actually track how many patients clicked the button, filled out your booking experience, and became a patient right from there, because every single link on those experiences is trackable and reportable in our data warehouse.
So no longer am I just saying, oh, we brought in 18 new patients this week and 32 new patient calls from our email campaign. Now you can say, which email campaign, which email did you set, which week of the month? Because let's say you did 4 different ones in the month. Was it the backpack one, or the ergonomic one, or the better sleeping posture one? You know what I mean? So you're able to tweeze that out so we know what's the most effective campaign, correct?
Yep. And the type of patient that actually ended up booking through it. So their age, their insurance, their
That's important too.
injury, and then you could retarget the right person and funnel it even better.
So all of a sudden, I know, if I'm getting this right from you, Marla, I'm actually seeing an influx of women from the ages of 45 to 55 responding to X. And that's the largest bulk of our new patients in the last month or two. So I can actually push more because I'm getting that data, that specific.
Yeah, absolutely. So then when you put any kind of ads out or you spend any money on, you can really tailor who that's going to be seen by or shown by, or even, your previous patient list, who you're going to send out to.
You know what I like about this? I met a gentleman in Florida, and he harvested this information for the Census Bureau. And I won't get into that whole long story, but what he did was he was able to formulate, this is 25, 30 years ago, he was able to formulate, which was innovative at the time, what time of day men ages 45 to 65 watch TV. Well, guess who would want to know that? Toyota, Ford, GM, Chrysler, because they want to put their truck commercials, right? Or their sport gear commercials, right? And that was you guys have done this for PT. You literally can tell us who's responding to what, and we can break it down on that demo, and we don't have to manually figure it out. It spits out to us within the system, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So there you go. So for those of you that are CEOs, you're definitely going to be able to target market your outreach to your public, so you can get more of that public, number one. But even more importantly, you're going to see your payroll overhead reduce because the greater efficiency, you're not dealing with form fills. Many of you are like, well, we got a form fill. Well, that's a ticket, right? That's half of the cycle. This platform is the full cycle of action, done, one and done. And it's actually what people are expecting today. I think Marla's been gently trying to get that message out to you, that, and I'm going to just encourage her to be a little more bold with this message. This is simply what people expect. When they don't see what they expect, they question, are you with the times? Are you the modern day practice that I'm seeking? Because if administratively you're not, I would extrapolate a little of that thought process to maybe clinically you're not either. So you don't want to be that. You don't want to fall behind. So Marla, I'm going to encourage that we push that more to the forefront of this discussion, because I know my members, I know in Meg Academy, we have hundreds of practices across the country. We've worked with thousands of owners, and they're constantly coming to Meg. They sign up with us because they want innovation. They want to be, the human brain equates different with better. If you're different, you must be better. That is just a natural tendency. That's why people put out products and they say new and improved, because it means better, right? So that's it. So for those of you who want to learn more, Marla's information is going to be down below in the links below. Please click on it. It doesn't hurt to spend 10, 15, 30 minutes with her group. Learn more. You're going to be shocked at how affordable this is and how economical it is for you in the long run. I think it's going to make a huge difference, and you're going to get quite the ROI by doing so. Marla, thank you so much. This is 4 parts. You've hung in there. You've done all of this for me. You're right there with me. And I always appreciate having PTs working side by side with me to help other PTs advance themselves in private practice, because at the end of the day, it's all about living a better life, and better healthcare is contributing to helping people live a better life. So thank you very much. I'm grateful for you. I'm very blessed to have met you in that Uber that day. And here we're doing good things together. So thank you so much. And for the listeners, thank you as well. Check out the podcast, and definitely, Marla, give them your website so they have it verbally, and we'll wrap it up.
betterhealthcare.co, and you could reach me at marla@betterhealthcare.co at any time.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, everybody. Sayonara. See you later. Goodbye. Take care, and do kind things to one another and help make this a better planet. I love it. Take care.